A recent investigation conducted by Ethan Pantzer, associate professor at St. Mary's University, and Matthew Phillip, assistant professor at Ryerson University, published in the Journal of Consumer Psychology, was focused on the nutritional makeup of dishes that were depicted on social media. They examined the recipes and ingredients for hundreds of Facebook videos from BuzzFeed's Tasty profile and found that caloric density can positively influence social media engagement, and not in a good way. They write that life outside our living rooms has been in short supply since the beginning of COVID-19. So it's no surprise that people have increasingly turned to producing and consuming social media posts that focus on food. With limited access to our favorite restaurants, cafes, or fast food joints, social media has become a safe way for people to get their culinary fixes. What they're searching for was that it's all about videos of food that engages users and generates the most likes, comments, and shares. With more than 400 million posts tagged hashtag food and 250 million tagged hashtag food porn on Instagram at the time of this article's publication, social media users are inundated with visual displays of food. BuzzFeed's Tasty has become the world's largest digital culinary network, amassing more than 100 million followers on Facebook and over 1 billion monthly views. The researchers say that we humans are hardwired to seek foods with characteristics that the brain instinctively recognizes as valuable. Seeing calorie-dense foods like those high in fat, like burgers, pizza, and cookies, typically precedes pleasurable consumption. Finding and eating caloric-dense food typically makes people feel good, releasing dopamine and stimulating pleasure centers of the brain. Visual exposure to food media that looks calorie-dense, as opposed to calorie-light, drives social media engagement. Their recommendations will make those of us that have been involved in food photography or food advertising shudder and bring back memories that the industry would frankly rather forget. They found that those foods where saturated fats were visually depicted in foods like butter, cheese, meats, and oils are known to give foods their juicy, chewy, and creamy sensory experiences and receive more positive responses. Their findings, they say, align with a particular approach to food photography, where adding an artificial sheen with WD-40, for example, can make food look more plump, moist, and juicy. Those are the tricks that were used in the 60s and 70s that got lots of food people in trouble for their ads and their packaging. The researchers ask if it's possible to make healthier foods, like vegetables, more appealing by applying visual characteristics associated with fattier foods. For example, coating them with a sheen. Perhaps, but in today's age of transparency and truthfulness, I hope it's not a road that we revisit.